Hello and welcome to CryptoNewS. Today is October 3rd, 2026, and the top crypto news is as follows. First of all, good week to everyone. And we move to Trump Media, which is selling 2,628 Bitcoin, reducing its holdings to 4,261 Bitcoin. These Bitcoin appear to have been transferred to Crypto.com, which is why many are saying we are talking about a sale. In essence, within 7 months, it has transferred 7,281 Bitcoin, but Trump Media itself says no sale took place. A spokesperson for Trump Media stated to the block shortly after the publication regarding this transfer to Crypto.com, saying that no Bitcoin were sold, which is consistent with the company's explanation for a similar transfer in May. Trump Media says these Bitcoin were used as collateral for the company's convertible bonds on March 31st. So, as they say, they are not selling, they are simply transferring for the bonds. For now, moving on to another company, we turn to strategy, and first, let me tell you that they are keeping the interest rate fixed at 12% on their STRF stock in an attempt to convince investors to buy this particular stock and push it close to $100. And let me tell you, 12% for a stock is a very high percentage, as you can understand, especially for the traditional Wall Street market. Beyond that, Mr. Michael Saylor also posted this tweet, writing, Bitcoin driving gauge, which probably means a Bitcoin purchase because he is not saying it clearly. Obviously, we are talking in riddles, so I believe he is referring to a Bitcoin purchase by MicroStrategy and not a sale. Continuing to the Coldcard hack, which is ongoing, and according to Galaxy, there are suspicions of a fourth wave of attacks, which at this point has affected 462 new addresses and 388.9 Bitcoin have also been lost. This has resulted in something we had not seen since the fall of FTX, and which we might perhaps translate as the bottom of the cycle. As I said, perhaps it is a theory. But what exactly happened? What happened is that smaller Bitcoin transfers have reached levels not seen since the collapse of FTX amid an ongoing breach at Coldcard. Bitcoin transfers below 1 Bitcoin climbed to their highest daily level since November 2022 on Friday, with 39,600 Bitcoin being transacted, according to data published by CryptoQuant. When FTX collapsed on November 16th, 2020, such transfers had reached 39,900 Bitcoin, just 300 Bitcoin more than what occurred on Friday. And here is our chart. You can see how small Bitcoin transactions have skyrocketed all the way to the right compared to when FTX collapsed. And what had happened back when FTX fell is that Bitcoin reached its all-time low of that period. So perhaps we can see this as a sign that we are at the bottom, without that being certain, I repeat. And one last thing that happened regarding Bitcoin is that we will not see the Bitcoin Improvement Proposal 110 upgrade, as the leadership team withdrew this change following the vulnerability in the Coldcard. But to be honest, it would not have passed anyway, as miner support had reached 2.53%. So it was not even close to passing. For the last segment of our day, we will look at one coin for today, and we will go with Cardano, which had gained 13% on the 7-day chart. The reason is an announcement about where we stand with the network's own upgrades. I should tell you that the network has returned its attention to the Dijkstra following the Van Rossum upgrade. Specifically, the Dijkstra refers to the next major phase in Cardano's development. As Intersect, the organization that has taken on this task, has confirmed planning has already begun. The Van Rossum hard fork came into effect on July 18th and will upgrade the protocol to version 11, improving ledger performance, consistency, and node security. Now, Dextra will come in phases and not in one big upgrade, meaning they will make small upgrades until they achieve their goal. The key feature includes various upgrades until we reach Ouroboros Leos. To put it as simply as possible, think of Cardano as a car that is currently in the workshop to have its engine replaced. But instead of replacing the entire engine at once, they are replacing parts of the engine gradually until the whole engine has been changed and we reach Ouroboros Leos, which aims to make Cardano incredibly fast, decentralized, secure, and all good things in general. When all of this will arrive, I do not know. What we do know is that they are currently focused on it. And now, turning to our beloved crypto market, Bitcoin is standing at $63,000. And we are waiting for the markets to open. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is October 3rd, 2026. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.